Welcome to the Manuchehri podcast. Over the last 30 years, it has been my joy to assist humanity in aligning with their magnificence so they may heal, discover their natural gifts, and communicate with loved ones living on the other side. May you also experience delight while we dance in the powerful, intuitive world of energy. Let's get going. Welcome to Where Energy Meets the Divine. I'm Manuchehri. Before we go to the phone lines, I want to talk about all these different realities that exist. So there are master cosmos, if you will, like tons of electrons and protons that are creating a sliver of different realities all the time happening. And whatever you are feeling in your life, you're connected to that reality. You're observing it and you're co-creating it into the present moment, whether you like it or not. So what you can do is actually start observing the reality you desire. So think of it as like this master electron and proton world. And in the energy all around you and throughout the universe, there are different versions of the life you're having right now. So versions where the things you want have already been created, versions of getting there but not quite yet, versions of being disappointed, versions of it never working out, versions of worse things working out, and wherever you tend to be observing. So how you observe your own life and what's going on, whether you stay committed to the reality that you don't want that's already occurring, or you observe the reality you desire, then the electrons and protons, wherever you're observing, start feeding into your life and they start producing the reality that you're observing. You want to observe what you desire and you want to feel it. So if there's something you want in your life, act as if there's a beautiful picture regarding it and you're feeling the picture, just like if you were walking in like your favorite art museum and it's everything on the walls is breathtaking, your energy is really elevated. So if you want a certain outcome, you need to observe it because then the particles start moving. If you don't observe it, they just stay quiet and whatever reality you are observing gets active and starts to enhance and reflect into the life you have. Keep creating the life you have or making it worse. If you change your observation to something that's worse, now you're attracting a negative outcome. I had a client who worked really hard to create more wealth. He had a good job. He didn't really like it. He was paid well for the job, but he didn't like it. And even though he worked really hard, he still wasn't able to amass enough wealth to buy a home. He wanted to buy a home. And of course, he wanted a job that had values similar to his, like kindness and graciousness and positive working conditions. These are some of the things he wanted. And after taking quite a few classes and really reading on the topic, he started to observe only that, not the reality he was experiencing, but that he was working for a great company that he loved, who was paid even more, and he had the wealth that he wanted. When you're in this observational process, which is really how particles get moving, if you don't observe what you want, you're not going to move those particles. You're not going to be able to affect your life. So he started to do that. He started to consistently observe what he wanted while feeling it, like the final outcome. So you have this house, you have these resources, not how they came about, not even exactly what they look like, because the universe loves to surprise us. You just want to be in the observation of that experience with high frequency gratitude and excitement. And he did this successfully. Got a new job. A company had applied to several times and they hired him and he just loved all their policies and their mission statement and said that just the kindest people that he could ever work with, just really salt of the earth, nice, wonderful people. And he was paid more. And he also inherited a home and investments. So there are so many ways the universe can work out what you want. It doesn't matter what the topic is, doesn't matter how complicated the situation is. Change your observation. Do not observe where you are unless it's where you want to be. Don't observe what could happen that you don't want because you're going to attract that in your life. You want to begin aligning to the world that you desire. And with joy of gratitude, like, oh, I have that now. Oh, I have a great job. I have the house, I have the resources, or I have amazing health. That's the vibration you want to stay in. You want to stay in the observational quality of what it would feel like to have incredible health. You don't even have to think about what body part needs to be healed, because incredible health is incredible health. Sometimes keeping it general, like if somebody wants a home, which could be a tiny home, it could be an apartment, it could be an RV, it could be a large home, it could be a medium-sized home. The universe knows what's going to make you the most excited and what's going to bring you the greatest freedom and joy. So you just want to feel the vibration of, oh, I have a home. Yay, I have a home. It's perfect. Exactly. It's beyond what I wanted. So try not to, unless you can stay in the high frequency, try not to get too exact on what you think you want, because many times what we really want, we can't even imagine. It's beyond our ability to understand. We either think we can't have that or we think it will never work, but yet the universe knows what you really want, what would make you really happy, what would bring you the greatest fulfillment. So generalize. Oh, I have a home. Oh, my body's incredibly healthy. I have all the love I could possibly imagine. I have an amazing career that turns me on. And stay in that observation. That's where you want your energy activating the subatomic particles. It's kind of like a matrix, if you will, of something that already exists in the cosmos. But if you're not visiting it, if you're not connecting to it, it's silent, it's quiet, it's not moving. It's like the television station isn't working. There's no battery or electricity to that version of what you desire if you're not in some healthy, regular observational exchange with it. The subatomic particles go silent, and where you are running your energy is what is being played. That is what's on the video. That's what's now presenting itself in this 3D. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Probably not. Most people are not in the habit of feeling what they want as if it's already here. They're not in the habit of activating the particle mass, which creates everything, in alignment with their desires. They're not. They lower their vibration. They think they can't have it. They're not good enough. That will never work. I don't see how that would work. That's not your job to figure out how it's going to work. You're fired from that job. Everyone's fired from that job. That's not your job. Your job is to just feel it. Yeah, even just for a little bit. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to figure it out. Just feel it, just for a little bit. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and go to those lovely phone lines.
Hi, my name is Madeline from Connecticut. I sent you a message last July regarding my husband who was not happy in our marriage and me trying so hard to help him.
Yeah,
I thought he was having some sort of a breakdown, but in the time that it took me for you to answer the question, which you answered about a month ago and said that I need to focus on myself, and I know that, and I am. I found out he had been cheating on me with his married paddle partner and who was our friends, and we were only married a year, and we were together for 14. So I was just devastated. I'm 59 years old, and I'm going to be starting my life over, or I am already.
Are you really?
I have a large support network of friends and family, and good work that I love. Although I need to, make more financially to support myself now. And I just want to know again, now that all this has come to fruition, what do I do to move forward for my greatest good and make this life as positive as possible?
Yeah.
For me and everyone around me.
Just for you.
I don't want to be a victim. And this has happened before. My last husband cheated on me as well. We get along now. He's bipolar.
Whatever.
He's been a good father. But I need to stop this pattern. And I have a lot of life ahead of me to make it a good one. So whatever insight you can give me, I would appreciate. Thank you very much.
Of course, Madeline, and I'm really sorry. I'm sorry this has happened twice. One of the things that's important when you're choosing a partner, but I hope that's away from now. You know, we're going to talk about women, especially in our generation, have really unhealthy perceptions about what it means to be in the world, whether we're single or with someone, whether we are financially independent or not. There's just a lot of old stories and belief systems that just only hurt women on such a deep and powerful level. I think it's sad. It's a shame. I know we're working to change that, and we can obviously see that in younger generations where women aren't going to be dependent on a partner's financial help. It maybe what I hope happens is that people take turns helping each other in their marriages or they're living together, especially if they have children, taking time off to help raise kids or whatever needs to happen, or to find another career that's really fulfilling. But we have to let go of these really old, outdated patterns of what it looks like to be in a relationship. And for you, one of the things you need in a partner is someone who has integrity, because people can fall out of love with others and fall in love with another person. But a person with integrity would tell their partner as soon as they had a whiff of it. They go, I don't know what's happening. You know, I'm playing paddleboard with this person and I can't stop thinking about them, because they have integrity, right? Like they would never want to cheat on their partner. So they tell their partner exactly what's going on, right? So that integrity that you're missing in your partners has to do with the lack of integrity you have with yourself. So you have integrity with others. You really care about other people, even. And your question is like, how can I make my life better for myself and for everyone else around me? No, you got to take that away. Not for everyone else around you. You already know how to do that. You know how to make everyone else's life better, more fulfilling, more interesting, more fun, full of more love and happiness and joy. You know how to do this naturally. So you need to stop trying to do it to your friends and family members. You want to just do this for yourself, only for yourself. I think women overall, but again, I'm talking about a little bit more our generation, need to focus on the fact that they can have everything without a partner. Like it's not necessary to be successful or to feel loved or happy or fulfilled from just partnership. That's a lie. That's a huge lie. I'm not saying that can't enhance our lives if we pick well, if we choose out of our own preciousness, if we choose something that's in alignment with our divinity, not just romantic partners, but friends and colleagues, coworkers, bosses, neighbors. Like all of it is important in terms of what you deserve to have in your life. Then people can have a good partnership, but we got to get rid of this whole other bandwagon, these old beliefs that women can't be successful unless they're in a relationship, even same-sex relationship, depends on, you know, what you believe as an individual, and that we're not fulfilled, that if people cheat on us or lie to us, that means we're not good enough. That's not true either. It's just that for some reason you don't believe you're worthy and deserving of having someone in your life who has integrity, which you do. You deserve to have someone integral in your life, but we need to up the integrity with yourself. So the main reason why people don't create enough wealth to be financially free is back again to a lack of self-worth and self-value. So what I would do, I would spend the next, well, your whole life, but really the next couple of years falling madly in love with yourself, just adoring and cherishing and loving yourself. And this isn't just a female problem. There are men who think the same thing, that women can't be successful without financial backing from a man. And I mean, it's kind of a societal thing. It's really embarrassing and crazy. Many people have said to me, you know, like, oh, so you probably, because a lot of people think that when women become successful, that they become successful after a divorce and they gain resources from that relationship. And that certainly wasn't my experience. I actually had to pay my ex-husband, not a huge amount of money, but I owed him money upon the divorce, not him owing me money. I didn't take any of his retirement or pension or anything like that because I don't need it. I have my own resources. That's the way women need to start thinking, that they're valuable, that they can co-create, that they can make what they want, and have independence for as long as they want to. And even when they move into a relationship, they can maintain that independence. I mean, partners can take turns taking time off and all of those things to help each other if that's what they want to do in partnership. But you don't want to ever let go of the fact that you can create your own wealth. So again, what's going to create the wealth for you is enhancing your self-worth, falling in love with you. Love yourself as much as you love everyone else on the planet, or a puppy, a mountain, an island, anything that you feel love towards. Let that teach you the feeling you need to have for yourself forever. And you want to work on this every single day, forever and ever and ever. And then if you choose to partner again, because it makes you happy, not because you're afraid, not because you're worried, not because you don't think you can make it on your own. No one should partner under those circumstances. Those are not healthy circumstances. That you're moving in a relationship where then the other person that you're moving into the relationship with sees you in that light and treats you in that way as well, which doesn't help women or anyone who wants to become more financially secure. You want to be in a partnership with someone who believes in your ability to have anything that you want in your life, not someone who believes that women can't, right? Yeah. So fall madly in love with you. Think that you're amazing and incredible, and I wouldn't move into another relationship until you do. I don't think it's in your best interest. I think actually it's better for women to learn how to be happy and successful as single people. Men do that. They know how to be happy and successful as single people. So I think women need to learn the same. I think it's in their best interest, in society's best interest, for sure. Okay, thank you. And we all wish you the best of luck. We truly do. Thank you.
Hi, Marie. I'm calling regarding future plans for my wife and myself. We are getting ready to retire sometime next year, and we are at a crossroads as to where to move to. We don't like where we currently live and had wanted to move for a while, and we have narrowed it down to either abroad or in another state. So specifically a small town we like in Arizona, where the climate is great, offers plenty of hikes and lakes, and a small community. Moving abroad to Thailand offers us a lot too that we're really energized about.
Yeah.
The beach, the culture, and so much to see.
So fun.
The problem for me anyways is I worry about my mother in her senior years. She is 80, and although she is married and mostly independent, they do rely on me in many ways to help them with decisions and emotional support.
Great.
We have always been very close, my mother and I want to make sure she's okay. I also don't want to live with regret or worrying about her, and I recognize that she is not my responsibility. I'm working on letting go of that worry, and I wanted your take on the energy for us in Thailand as well as that beautiful town in Arizona. Thank you.
You're welcome, Eve. That was Eva. That was lovely. I think you should go to Thailand. That's where the energy is. And, keep some resources and savings, a good savings account that has a, higher yield interest rate in case you decide to move back to the States and go back to that, or find that little town in Arizona and move there, where the temperatures aren't 110, hopefully in the summer, because that's not a good idea. I think Thailand's perfect. I think you'll have a lot of fun. You can do the emotional support and the decision making on the phone with your mom and her partner. So I think you should go. I think you have a great time. If you have siblings, they need to step forward and offer more support to your mother, regardless if you have been the one that's been doing it all along. If you're not in the US and you're in Thailand, there's certain things you won't be able to do regularly. So just put some money in savings for if you decide to move back to the States, because you might after a period of time. But I think you're going to have a good 4 years at least over there. You could be longer than that, by the way, but I think you're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of experiences and a lot of joy. I think it's a great idea. And again, you can do it via phone or video chat. Okay. Thank you so much.
Hi, Marie. My name is Karen. I also live in the beautiful state of Washington, but on the other side in Spokane. My question to you is about a couple of unusual experiences that have left me a bit unnerved and confused. So I'm hoping you can shed some light on the situations. The first situation was during an online class to learn how to connect with loved ones across the veil. I reached out to a close girlfriend that had passed too early at 62. And the teacher then told us to ask our loved ones to put something in our brain or in our experience that we would connect with them.
Yeah.
And right then, my kitchen curtain tension rods
expanded
crashed down onto my granite countertop, scaring the bejeebies out of me. Something tells me this was not my girlfriend.
It
I don't think
was.
she would try to scare me like that.
They're not trying to
I
scare
also
you.
had an experience recently where I was doing a meditative chakra cleanse. And when I got to my heart chakra, I immediately thought of your podcast where you told us we receive love through the back of our heart chakra. And my cutting board crashed down onto my porcelain tiled floor.
Yeah.
So I am hoping you can have some insight into these loud and unsettling experiences. Thank you so much, Marie. Bye-bye.
You are so cute, Karen. So yes, this is your friend. This is the universe talking to you. And you have asked to be given signs, and the universe has been giving you signs, but you don't listen to them. They're too vague for you. So the universe is like, okay, well, we have to make a lot of noise. We've got to crash things. So you are the one who asked for this and created this. And your friend was so proud of herself because it's actually harder to move energy in the physical realm to create something crashing. It's not super easy to get an extension rod to, collapse a little bit and fall on the counter, or to get a cutting board to fall on the floor or wherever it went, right? So the universe is working extremely hard on your behalf, and so are the people who love you. And nothing bad happened. It's just trying to get your attention because you won't pay attention to the subtle signs, which is fine. It's perfectly fine to ask for more direct, this is the sign. So what you need to do when this happens, because I don't think it's going to stop yet, and I don't want it to, I don't want the answer to stop yet. I want it to get your attention, but you cannot move into fight or flight. Every time this happens, you go, you can have a quick reaction if you want to, and then you need to laugh about it and get your energy back up so that you can then get information that goes beyond the tension rod and the cutting board. But no, you asked for this. You asked the universe, please make it clear, make it loud, whatever you said, and the universe goes, okay. And now you're complaining about it. So stop. And then when you raise your vibration up again, then you can hear, see, or feel whatever needs to happen. But yeah, the universe is trying to tell you that it's always here. It's always providing the information. And you asked for the volume to increase, and it obliged you. So please thank the universe. Get into a really happy, beautiful space. There's very few beings outside of the earth realm who are mischievous to the human realm. To them, that's boring. We're boring. They're not really interested in us. So, and it's very few beings anyway. These are your friends. This is the universe trying to help you to get more engaged with your multisensory ability because you want to. So they're trying to make it very clear and obvious for you as you have asked. Okay, that was a good one. Thank you.
Hi Marie, it's Andrea Boyd from the UK, from Scotland. I have a question I would like to ask. I understand that the soul leaves the body when the soul chooses to leave. It's the soul choice.
Right.
My partner has died, and we had a very big argument the day before his passing, and I carry guilt. I keep thinking that maybe he so gave up life on earth because we had an argument, or could it just be that it was a matter of timing?
Yeah.
If you could answer me that question, that would be very appreciated. Thank you.
Of course, Andrea. I'm so sorry. I love your accent, by the way. I've got to go to Scotland. It looks gorgeous. It's different than Ireland, I've heard, even just the personalities of the people. So I can't wait to go visit someday. It would be super fun. Maybe I'll look for a hotel to teach in Scotland. And then for those people, I'm answering your question in a second, Andrea, who I'm wondering about retreats for next year. It looks like I'm going to do it in North America, probably in North Carolina, close to Asheville. I'm looking at a hotel there. So should know in the next week or two, but I'm going to stay stateside next year for my week-long retreat. And my cat, Finny, he's been fed. You probably can hear him. He's very loud at my door right now. Hopefully he won't break in because then he might jump on my lap. And Yeah, hopefully he just gets quiet. Vinny, be quiet. So no, there's no way that the argument that you had made his soul go, oh, I want to get out of here now. I'm tired of this. It happens at such a high level that the majority of the population is extremely unconscious with their decision that they're going to be leaving their body. And that decision happens weeks, years, lifetimes, the reincarnation before. So it's not like something happened in the moment and now he's going to cross over. No, it's not like that. And I'm so sorry that happened. That's got to be heartbreaking and uncomfortable. And he certainly doesn't want you to even think about it even once. He thinks it's weird. He thinks it's weird that before he left, there was an argument that ensued versus more love and appreciation. Although he said arguing was part of your dance, meaning that's how the two of you also connected and communicated. Some people do. Some people argue in their relationships more than others, right? So, but it had nothing to do with that. Souls are so powerful. The actions we take on earth, like having arguments or disagreements, cannot affect a soul to cross over. They don't really care. They're not as emotionally sensitive as the human ego and the insecurities of the human mind. They're not like that. They're very strong and independent and can see the bigger picture, and they don't take things personally. So it had nothing to do with you. I'm very sorry for your loss. And just know he loves you to pieces. He does think that this is a fun teasing between the two of you. So you can talk to him about it. Talk about the fight and the argument and be kind of joke about it a little bit with him out loud, like first thing in the morning when you're having your cup of tea. He would love that. That would make him very happy. He would enjoy that. Banter. Keeping the banter going is what he says. He would love that.
Hi, this is Andrew from Boulder, Colorado. And I'm curious about this pain that I've had in my right scapula part of my back and kind of into my neck as well. It's been with me for at least 7 years, and no matter what kind of exercises or things I try to do, it doesn't seem to help. In fact, it usually inflames it and kind of makes it worse. So I'm just wondering, what this could mean energetically, and if there's something I can be doing to help it.
Yeah. I'm so sorry, Andrew. I know that's really uncomfortable. It doesn't feel good. So this is about burdens. So there's something in your life that's a burden for you, and you haven't let go of it. You won't let go of it. You're holding on to it. And probably in your mind, you think you have to. You don't have options. It's something that you may feel very responsible about. So I want you to make a list, maybe over the weekend, when you have some time to yourself, and just really ask, so what in my life is a burden for me right now? What is it? And I want you to be very honest with yourself, like really rest in your own body, feel your own energy. Notice when the energy drops, because burdens are low vibration and low frequency. And this is your body trying to get you to let go of something, right? Trying to get you to surrender, give it up, let go, so that you can be happier and more fulfilled and have more fun in life. So that's what it is. And it's been working with you for 7 years. I would also, if you can find one in your area, I think master muscle activators are really good at helping us get into things that are very difficult to resolve in terms of pain and the muscles and ligaments and joints. I think they're very, very talented. But it is about burdens. So the sooner you can get rid of the burden, the quicker the energy is going to be freed in that part of your body. Okay, thank you. Good question.
Hi, Marie. My name is Glenda, and I live on the Big Island of Hawaii. My question is about an intermittent pain in the right side of my back, somewhere between the bottom of my shoulder blade and my spine.
Sounds like Andrew.
I didn't feel it until after I'd started on my spiritual journey.
Right.
And it's been happening for about 4 years.
Sorry.
I don't know exactly what it is or why it shows up when it does. Sometimes it's just a sensation I notice, and other times it's painful.
Yeah.
I recently started using dowsing rods, and now it really hurts when I hold them.
Aww.
The sensation would even occur when I'd be meditating on walks while I was happy and content.
Right.
So I've wondered if my spirit guides and angels are trying to get a message to me.
Absolutely.
I'd like to understand and resolve this. I wonder if it might be connected with something I'm not consciously aware of.
Exactly.
A message from my higher self,
Exactly.
My hope is your answer will bring awareness for what I might need to change or do differently, so I can openly share what I have to offer with the world. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts and your talents with us.
You're
Mahalo,
welcome.
nui loa.
Oh, thank you. I love Hawaii. It's really fun. I've been to the Big Island a few times. I love it. So even though it's kind of the same area as Andrew's complaint, we're talking about parts of the heart chakra. His also was connected to the throat. The heart chakra is the highest receptivity center in the physical body, and the universe is trying to teach you to receive, which you are not good at. I just see energy flying out of your body, and it's probably been doing it for decades, but it can take a while before something actually starts to affect us physically. It could take years, decades even. But you want to do things to help the world, means you've got to take in a ton. I want to actually swear, but I don't think I can swear on YouTube. The S word, load of energy. You need to take in a ton of energy to feed yourself first before you go out and help the rest of the world. You have to be in a high vibration receptivity energy system, and you don't. You have a leak at the back of your heart chakra. A lot of energy is flying out. You've been doing it since you were quite young. You worry too much about people. You worry about the planet. You worry about politics. You worry about all of it. You've got to stop, and just receive. Because if we go out and try to help the world in whatever capacity we do, and we're not good at receiving, it's going to hurt our physical form. So the universe is doing everything it can to get your attention and to get you to receive. So when you're out on that nature walk, use a what if question. What if I easily receive? What if I take in the most amount of energy I possibly could in this moment, in every moment, with every breath I take, right? Because again, we want to take in like a sponge forever. There's enough energy for everyone. And when individuals, especially older soul types, start to receive energy, they inspire others, even subconsciously, to do the same thing. And then it's good for all of the human race. It calms people down, it relaxes them, takes away pain, feeds their body, helps their mental capacity to expand, right? It's a very, very good and important thing. Okay, thank you.
Hi, Marie. This is Jen from Connecticut. My mom was a stay-at-home mom when we were young. She never had her own money or any source of income other than my father.
Surprise.
Even though my husband and I don't have children, I have never made enough money to really thrive. It doesn't matter how much I work or what industry I'm in. It's never even enough to cover all of the bills.
Right.
My husband still pays for everything.
Right.
What else is possible with this? Any suggestions on what could create a richer future?
Yes. Here we are back to, I think, our original conversation on this podcast, where women need to change their paradigm about who they are, what they can create, what they deserve, how powerful they are. We're stuck. A lot of women, not all women, are stuck in this old paradigm that we can't make it without a partner, that we can't afford a lifestyle that we desire without a partner. We got to blow that belief system to smithereens, because it's not helping the human race. And then, not in your case, because I actually like your partnership, but then a lot of people, women, will stay in unhealthy relationships because they're terrified that they're going to be homeless, that their kids will not be able to have the lifestyle that they deserve, all these terrible things that have been fed to us as societal norms. I think it's different when children were raised with a working mother, who were in heterosexual type relationships. If they have a working mother, then they believe, if that working mother also contributed well to the household, then they believe that it's possible. So you have to work on your self-worth, just like that first caller. You need to work on loving yourself, and that you're successful, and that you're amazing, and receptivity. Just like women are taught, again, I'm speaking a little bit more towards my generation, but even my daughters feel that they were taught this as well by society, even though I worked in the home, or outside of the home, I should say, that we have to give in order to be good people. And then what do we have? Well, we're exhausted. We're worn out. We can't have thriving careers. We're just totally torn apart. And people can also have thriving careers that don't even work a lot. Like, all of that's about self-worth and self-love and self-compassion and self-joy. So truly, truly start to work on and use what if questions. What if I'm an incredible success? What if I have resources beyond anything I could possibly imagine? And notice when I'm using this language, I'm keeping it somewhat general. I don't want you to get too specific on it. I just want you, this is the truth of what you desire, to have all the resources beyond anything you could imagine, to be successful beyond anything that brings your dreams to this current reality of yours. That's what you need to work on. And I believe in managing the brain. So managing the brain means that we talk it into a different belief system. And I think spending several months having internal dialogue with yourself about what you really want, like, oh, what if I have incredible wealth? Over and over and over and over and over again for several months, because we got to get the brain on board, because the brain gets hardwired and we need to unwire that and rewire it with truth, That could be a lovely what if question for you too. What if I bathe in the truth of my magnificence? What if this magnificence is financially rewarding in every way? That's a good one for you. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening to the show. I wish you very, very, very happy days and times. I'm actively teaching right now. My Shift Network class is also, I believe you can sign up for it now. It's about translating medical intuitive knowledge. It's a 7-week course. And then I have 2 courses on my page too, energyintuitive.com. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Bye-bye.